Good morning. Welcome to Mayor David Berger's weekly press conference. I'm Amy Odom, Director of Community Development, filling in for the mayor today as he attends the National Council of Mayors Conference in San Francisco. So we wish him well and want to continue bringing you information about really fantastic things happening within our community. I'd like to start with something, even though the rain makes it look as though it'll be difficult to have outdoor activities. Josh Unterbrink with the YMCA is here to talk about their bike rodeo.
Thanks, Amy. This Saturday from 10 until noon, we have a free bike rodeo for all children age 5 to 12 years old. It will be at the E.S. Evans parking lot adjacent to the Lima YMCA. I want to say a special thanks to the West Central Ohio Safety Council, who have donated bike helmets, enough bike helmets for the first 100 kids that do come with a parent. We encourage the kids, obviously, to bring their bikes. We'll have safety course, bike safety checks, and a bunch of great other activities. And we have a lot of great door prizes and sponsors that have helped us make this event possible. So yeah, hopefully the weather cooperates, and we'll have a respite from this rain on Saturday, and so we encourage everyone to come on out and see us at the Lima YMCA.
Right.
Thanks, Amy.
Josh, again, the time on that is?
10 a.m. to noon.
10 a.m. to noon at the YMCA. I really encourage families to come out to this great event. Lima Allen County has an incredible network of bike paths that are available to you both through the river corridor and through the city. We are really trying to encourage a healthy Allen County and getting your kids accustomed to riding bikes again like the rest of us did in our youth, getting them to ride them to school, getting them to ride to their summer jobs and ride them to their friends is not only less stress on you as a parent, but also great activity. So this biking activity is something we want to encourage people to attend so they can learn how to do so safely and have a little bit of fun. So it's a great, I'm really excited about it, Josh. It's a great opportunity for Lima's kids. The second activity is something that's involving both our hospitals and our law enforcement in something that's going to make our community healthier and also safer. I'd like to invite representatives of the Lima Police Department, the Allen County Sheriff's Department, and Lima Memorial to talk about the Narcan project.
Good morning. I am Lieutenant Bishop with the Lima Police Department. I want to talk about just some statistics real quickly before we get into this. The newest statistics that are out so far are from 2013, and drug overdose deaths from 1999 to 2013 have increased 413%. In 2013, nearly 6 Ohioans die every day from an unintentional drug overdose, which equates to about 1 death every 4 hours. It continues to be the leading cause of injury-related deaths in Ohio, and that's ahead of motor vehicle crashes, suicides, and falls. And opioids, be they prescription or heroin, remains the driving factor of unintentional drug overdose epidemic in Ohio. Nearly 3/4 of all drug overdoses involve opioids in 2003, up from 2002 by 72.9%. So it is it's a terrible thing that's happening in our city and in our county. And to that end, we are working together. We have partnered, both the Sheriff's Department and us, with Lima Memorial Hospital to try to do something about that. And with that, I'd like to introduce Jeb Scheidler from Lima Memorial to explain a little more about what's going on. And
Thanks, Lieutenant Bishop. Due to this drug overdose epidemic, Lima Memorial has chosen to partner with our 2 local law enforcement agencies to provide opioid overdose kits. We're going to provide 25 kits to Lima Police Department, 25 kits to the Allen County Sheriff's Office. It'll be contained in a small pouch, which will contain the drug naloxone or Narcan, which is given intranasally. into the nose to reverse the effects of opioids. The common symptom is respiratory depression, respiratory arrest. Someone stops breathing. If this drug isn't reversed, they go into cardiac arrest, and that's what accounts for all these overdose deaths. It's a simple drug to administer. It has no side effects. It only works for a patient or a person who's taken an overdose of opioids. Because it's so safe, really anyone can administer it. These kits will have a small instruction card in them, the drug Narcan, which is in a syringe, and then a device which allows it to be atomized up the nose. So basically you assemble the syringe, put the little atomization device on, squirt half up the right side of the nose, half up the left side of the nose, and you can reverse the narcotic. So you've all now been trained in how to administer the drug. I'm going to be providing all the training to the 2 law enforcement agencies. In addition to my duties at Lima Memorial as a trauma program manager and the physician assistant, I'm also a tactical paramedic with the Allen County Sheriff's Office and with Bath Township Fire Department. So we're excited to partner with these 2 agencies to try to put a dent in this terrible epidemic. Thank you.
I just wanted to just a quick few things. Personally want to thank Lima Memorial Hospital for donating the Narcan to Lima Police Department and the Sheriff's Office, and it's certainly a great partnership. And anytime we can have any kind of tool or piece of equipment or whatever it may be to save somebody's life, I mean, that's certainly what we're all about. So again, I just wanted to thank them for the donation, and our plan is then to ultimately have all the deputies who are out patrolling will have access to Narcan. So again, I just want to say thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. A great public-private partnership to make Lima safer and to help those people. Very often our safety service folks are first responders when someone is having some sort of a distress, or they may arrive on a scene and find that someone is in an overdose situation. I think this is very admirable, and want to thank Lima Memorial for their partnership with law enforcement to make everyone safer and make everyone healthier. I think that's going to be a great addition to the things that our law enforcement can provide. The other law enforcement activity, perhaps one a little more upbeat, is the Coffee with a Cop, which is an ongoing program of the Associated Law Enforcement Services in Allen County. Chief Martin and John Schneider from LACNIP, which is a partnership, as well as the Allen County Sheriff's Department, are here to talk a bit about the upcoming dates. Thank you.
And we also have a representative from Shawnee Township Police Department here with us as well, because actually the Coffee with a Cop events, which started out, LACNIP approached both Sheriff Krish and I about getting this program started a few years back now, where people locally could come and talk with members of the Lima Police Department, members of the Allen County Sheriff's Department, and that has actually since expanded to invite representatives from all of the Allen County law enforcement agencies. Because one of the things that we found as we were meeting with people is people would start telling us about something that might be going on in Shawnee Township or something that's going on in American Township and elsewhere throughout the county. And so it became a good conduit for communication with the entire community that we serve, not just small portions of it, that are not just the city of Lima itself. And so we have expanded this opportunity for people to come out and speak to representatives from numerous law enforcement agencies. Saturday, a week from this coming Saturday, June 27th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the McDonald's at 1965 Northwest Street will be our next Coffee with a Cop event that we are holding. Again, we're continuing to hold them on a quarterly basis. And the event occurring on June 27th, this will be the third year in a row that we've used our Summer Coffee with a Cop event to sponsor a summer safety expo for families and children to come out and learn a little bit about safety, as well as at the same time learn a little bit about some of the other aspects of law enforcement that they may be curious about. We'll have demonstrations there involving a number of our specialty teams. throughout the county, including the county's bomb squad, which I believe is planning on having the robot there for demonstration. Mounted posse, which is always a very popular attraction for the young people especially. We will have members of our canine units. We will have members of our bike units and some other of our special units represented there as well. So we're very excited to be able to put this on again. It is again 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. on June 27th at 1965 Northwest Street, McDonald's. And in the event of rain, we won't be able to have quite as much occurring there, but fortunately, the McDonald's area has the indoor play area, which will allow us to set up at least a little bit extra in the way of the demonstrations. And we'll certainly have room to handle people inside if we're not able to be outside. But we look forward to seeing as much of the community there as possible. And with that, Mr. Schneider.
John Schneider. I'm a board member and volunteer with Lima Allen County Neighbors in Partnership. We encourage all people, all citizens to be involved with this activity. This opportunity for different groups to listen to one another, to have open communication, to have relationship building between law enforcement and citizens, and to move in the direction of problem solving and problem resolution. It's a family event, and we encourage all people to participate in this. Thank you very much.
Shawnee Township Police Department, we're looking forward to coming out and joining forces with Lima Police Department and the Allen County Sheriff's Department, and just excited to hear from the people in the community and looking forward to it.
Sheriff, can you get the last word?
I like to go first, but I'll just echo everything they've said. But no, on a serious note, I mean, I think this is a great opportunity for the public to come out and meet with law enforcement. Especially with in today's world with a lot of things that are going on with the law enforcement and people in the community. I mean, there's certainly a long way to go to build that relationship, but this is a start. Certainly would encourage people to bring out kids. I mean, it's a great opportunity for them to meet with us. There's some kids that are afraid of the police. We certainly don't want that. We want them to know that they can come and talk to us at any time. But just in general with people in our community, again, they can come out and ask questions. A lot of times they may not see us or have the opportunity to ask questions and ask why we do some of the things we do. So again, I would just encourage to get the word out, and hopefully we'll have a good turnout. I mean, we all enjoy it. I mean, whether we have, there's a lot of people or a few people, but if we reach out to just one or two people, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, we've done something positive. So again, I just want to thank everybody that's involved, and hopefully we'll have a great turnout. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'd also like to recognize Jerry Lewis of the McDonald's of Allen County, who is a very strong partner, obviously allowing this to continue in the McDonald's in the Lima area. They've been a great supporter of these kinds of community events, and we'd like to recognize them as well. So you noticed it's raining. You've noticed that people are getting just a little bit of cabin fever. You spent the last week in your basement bailing. Matt Otto and the Lima Allen leadership class, as well as Chiefs Supermarkets, might have a solution to alleviating some of the stress you've been experiencing over the last week. So Matt, if you'd like to come up and talk about the All Craft Beer Festival at Chiefs. Thank you.
Sheriff, you want to come talk about this one too? Yeah, I'm just here to talk about, we're very fortunate at Allen Lima Leadership as our fundraiser this year again to have a craft beer festival in conjunction with Chief Markets and their new parent company, Fresh Encounter. So they're very supportive of this. Basically what we're going to do is this Friday the 19th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the South Capel Road Chief. Right in the beer and wine department, we have a craft beer festival. And basically for $20 for a single or $35 for a couple, you'll receive tickets for 9 samples. You can go around, they'll have over 20, I think probably be closer to 25 different craft beers, and we actually have some wines and some non-alcoholic choices too for people to sample. So you can use those at your discretion and kind of taste some new beers and some new things that you might have been curious about, but now is your opportunity to go without buying a full 6-pack to maybe try it and see what you like. Allen Lima Leadership What we're trying to do, we're completely self-sufficient, so all of our money comes from corporate sponsors, alumni dues, and basically fundraisers. So in order for us to do what we do, this is a major part of our budget. So it's open to anyone in the community, so we invite everyone out. It's a very casual night. It's an open house style. You can come in from 6 to 7 and leave. You can come in from 7 to 9. You can stay the whole time. It's up to you. And we're really encouraging all of our alumni that are out there to come. We've approached, I think, 700 alumni at this time. So if we could just get 10% of them to come out, we'd have a great night. So we invited the public. We're going to actually also have some all applications. We're in the process of accepting applications for our new adult class this year. So we'll have some applications available there. And even if you can't come, I'll throw in a little plug for all in general. They can always go to allenlimaleadership.com, fill out an online application there, and get their name submitted for the potential to join our class this year. So that's about it. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Allen Lima Leadership's goal is basically to build leaders for Lima Allen County. It's a wonderful program that allows people to learn more about the workings of county, city, township government, as well as the kinds of community services and industries that reside in Allen County. We really have benefited from the alumni of that program who have learned more about the community and want to become more engaged. So I would suggest people come on out. Maybe you can get your spouse to actually grocery shop with you on Friday night. You'll be able to do a little of that as well as engage in the Craft Beer Festival. Last but certainly not least, another really wonderful activity that the Cheryl Allen Center is going to continue to provide to Lima Allen County. I have Vicki Sherrills here to talk. I'm sorry, I said Cheryl Allen. It's no longer Cheryl Allen, and you might want to talk about that too. Thanks. Come on up.
Well, that's okay. Yes. In fact, and good morning, everyone. And in fact, so many people have called me Cheryl because of my being the director at the Cheryl Allen Center. And now I'm looking forward to the children are saying that they can't wait until she gets here so that we can start having all these activities. And finally I said, who's coming? They, Miss Paul. When Miss Paul gets here. I'm like, no, it's Ms. Paul. So everybody's going to be able to remember that Ms. Paul has been at the south side of Lima for over 100 years and doing a lot of things that have benefited this city and people well beyond this city. And I'm really proud of what has accomplished, and I'm really excited about what we're doing for the future. And this weekend is Juneteenth weekend. For those of you who know your history, it is a celebration for the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. And I always ask the kids about that, and they're like, yeah, no, I don't know what that is. So that was when, of course, Lincoln signed that to free the slaves. However, because there were no cell phones or anything like that, many of the slaves in the South didn't get the news that they were free for 2.5 years. And then Lincoln sent in the troops to say, look, all you plantation owners, you have to tell your slaves that they are free. You have to let them go. So that's when it actually happened. And no one's really sure it happened in June-ish of 1860. It's like that. So it's called Juneteenth because everyone figured out about the freedom sometime in the middle of June. So we celebrate that and look at it as an opportunity because in my personal opinion, this was the first time that America actually became what it intended to become, where everyone was working for the freedom of everyone. And when we talk about the freedom of the slaves, we know that it was not just African Americans that made that happen. Everybody played a part in that. So we should all be celebrating this Friday and Saturday night. I am thrilled that for our keynote speaker, we will have Dr. Donald Campbell, who some of you know already about. Of course, he grew up here in Lima, but he's part of the Hall of Fame for Lima City Schools. And he worked for NASA for the last 30 years. So he has a few things he'd like to say to us. I'm really excited to have him here. we're also featuring the works of the artist Greg Pitts, who's also from Lima, Ohio, and has his work is on display all over America. And I asked him if he would please come and donate maybe a piece of his artwork for us to auction off. And he said he certainly would. And then he said, when should I bring it? And I said, you're coming? And he said, oh, yeah, I'm coming. So he will be here as well. And we will have the Ms. Paul Community Center will become a gallery of his work. So we invite people to come on Friday for our wonderful dinner, our rejuvenation dinner, so we can tell you some of the things that we are doing. And we can plan about how we all work to make this work, because as you know, we are a non-funded agency, and we too are operating at the pleasure of the community. The people of the south side of Lima have been in need, and we continue to be in need. But the thing that a lot of people don't understand is we're not just serving the people of the south side. We have people coming in every day from Hardin County, from Auglaize County, from Mercer County. We have people that come all over, and they're like, how do you get there? Because we need some things, and we understand you have them. And so they're coming in for that. Speaking of coming in, on Saturday we have our festival. We first began, it's a kickoff with our Showway 5K. So it is rerouted this year. It will begin and end at Martin Luther King Jr. Park. And when the winners come in, that kicks off the actual festival. We have performers coming from Dayton, from Columbus. We have some local performers that will be entertaining us this year. And we have Herbs Alive, so herbivores that the kids can touch. We have bouncy houses, all kinds of activities, and of course vendors and lots of delicious food. The dinner on Friday night is $15. Tickets are available now. You can get them at the center, or you can buy them online through our website and our Facebook page. And the festival is free. So we hope everybody comes out to the festival and enjoys the day with us. We'll be there from noon until 8:30, and we invite everyone to come and celebrate freedom. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Vicki. And the dinner on Friday begins at what time?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock for dinner on Friday, and noon until the cows come home on Saturday. Both are excellent, and I great kudos to Vicki for lining up such an amazing list of speakers and people whose hearts are in Lima, have come from Lima, and have a lot to say about their experience and the good things, once again, about the really amazing things that come out of Lima, our Lima City schools, and the arts and creativity they develop. With that being said, this is the end of the mayor's press conference today. Stay dry, and we hope to see you next week. Thank you again for attending Mayor Berger's Wednesday press conference.